Do you have any cars available?
Yeah, we have a blue one and a red one.
I'll take the red one.
Released in 2013, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty is a captivating blend of comedy, drama, and adventure that explores the transformative power of stepping beyond imagination into real-life experiences. The film revolves around Walter Mitty, a seemingly ordinary man working as a negative assets manager at a prominent magazine. Walter lives much of his life in vivid daydreams, escaping the mundane routines of his office and the predictable flow of his existence through elaborate fantasies. These imagined scenarios are thrilling and heroic, offering him an outlet for courage, romance, and adventure that his actual life rarely provides. The movie immediately draws viewers into Walter's inner world, using striking visual sequences to illustrate the contrast between his dream-filled mind and the controlled monotony of his everyday life. Ben Stiller, who also directed the film, brings Walter Mitty to life with a combination of understated humor, vulnerability, and genuine charm. Stiller's performance captures both the hesitancy and the underlying potential of Walter, making him relatable and inspiring. Alongside him, Kristen Wiig plays Cheryl, a colleague who quietly inspires Walter and embodies warmth, patience, and subtle encouragement. Their dynamic is gentle but impactful, providing a human anchor to Walter's increasingly surreal adventures. Supporting roles from talented actors, including Sean Penn, add depth and texture to the story, particularly through interactions that challenge Walter's perspective and gently push him towards self-discovery. The plot begins with Walter managing photographic negatives for a major magazine as it faces changes in the digital era. When a crucial negative for the final print issue goes missing, Walter is thrust out of his comfort zone and into a literal journey across the globe. This narrative device not only propels the story forward, but also mirrors the transformation Walter undergoes internally. From the frozen landscapes of Greenland to the bustling streets of New York City and the serene expanses of Iceland, each setting is meticulously crafted to underscore the themes of adventure, introspection, and personal growth. These visual backdrops serve as more than mere scenery. They are symbolic of Walter's evolution from a passive dreamer to an active participant in his own life. Walter's journey is punctuated by moments that blur the line between fantasy and reality. Early sequences highlight the daydreams that define his life. He imagines himself heroically rescuing colleagues, embarking on daring escapades, and expressing long-suppressed feelings of admiration for Cheryl. These sequences are visually dynamic, employing cinematic techniques that make the audience feel as if they are inside Walter's imagination. As the story progresses, the distinction between these dreams and the tangible experiences Walter faces becomes increasingly nuanced, reinforcing the central message that courage and fulfillment require action, not just imagination. The film's exploration of themes extends beyond personal transformation. It examines the role of fear and routine in shaping human behavior, particularly in a modern world dominated by structure and expectations. Walter's initial hesitation and the repetitive patterns of his life represent the universal struggle between comfort and aspiration. The narrative suggests that true growth occurs when individuals confront uncertainty, embrace vulnerability, and actively seek experiences that challenge them. This philosophical undertone is delivered with a light touch, balancing inspirational messaging with humor, emotional warmth, and cinematic spectacle. Visual storytelling is central to the film's impact. Each locale is rendered with meticulous attention to color, scale, and composition, creating a sense of wonder that complements Walter's personal journey. Greenland's icy landscapes and rugged terrain emphasize both the beauty and difficulty of pursuing something beyond the ordinary. The sequences in Iceland, particularly the iconic scene of Walter leaping across a geyser, encapsulate the thrill and unpredictability of adventure, merging the grandeur of nature with the intimate stakes of Walter's personal quest. Cinematography and editing work hand in hand, seamlessly transitioning between reality and imagination in ways that are both engaging and emotionally resonant. The film also incorporates subtle commentary on modern media, the fleeting nature of opportunity, and the value of preserving authentic human experiences. Walter's work with photographic negatives becomes a metaphor for memory, storytelling, and the importance of seeing the world beyond a screen or a desk. In a society increasingly mediated by digital interfaces, the narrative reminds viewers of the tactile, visceral value of real-life encounters, encouraging an appreciation for the unfiltered beauty of the world. This thematic layer adds depth to what could otherwise be a straightforward adventure narrative, making the story multidimensional and thought-provoking. Music and sound design further enhance the storytelling, complementing the visual narrative with emotional resonance. The soundtrack, carefully curated, punctuates moments of introspection, anticipation, and triumph. Gentle melodies accompany Walter's reflective moments, while more dynamic tracks heighten the tension and exhilaration of his physical and emotional journeys. Sound is used not only as background accompaniment, but as an integral narrative device, underscoring shifts in mood, perspective, and personal growth throughout the film. As the story unfolds, Walter gradually evolves from a passive observer of life into an active participant. He takes risks that previously would have been inconceivable, learns from setbacks, and discovers that the real-world consequences of action are far more richer and rewarding than even his most vivid daydreams. Cheryl, as both an inspiration and a narrative touchstone, illustrates the power of connection and encouragement in fostering courage. The climax of Walter's journey is not a single moment of triumph, but a series of realizations, small victories, and acts of bravery that cumulatively define his transformation. The release of the film in 2013 was met with the blend of critical and popular acclaim. Audiences appreciated its optimistic, visually stunning approach to storytelling, as well as the way it blended whimsy with serious reflection on life's possibilities. Critics noted Stiller's dual role as director and actor, highlighting his ability to balance humor and poignancy without letting either overwhelm the other. The combination of universal themes, engaging performances, and breathtaking cinematography allowed the film to resonate widely, appealing to viewers seeking both escapism and meaningful reflection. Trailers for the film showcased a mix of Walter's imaginative sequences and real-world adventures, effectively conveying the story's duality. They emphasized the contrast between daydreams and reality, using clips of high-stakes escapades, moments of quiet introspection, and the striking landscapes Walter traverses. This marketing approach successfully piqued interest by presenting a narrative that promised humor, heart, and visual spectacle, all anchored in the relatable journey of a man stepping beyond the confines of his comfort zone. The cast brought a nuanced and layered approach to the story. Ben Stiller's portrayal of Walter balances comedic timing with emotional vulnerability, making the character accessible and compelling. Kristen Wiig's Cheryl is understated yet essential, offering warmth, grounding, and a quiet form of motivation. Supporting performances complement the leads, providing texture and stakes, particularly through interactions that challenge Walter's perceptions and choices. Each actor contributes to a cohesive ensemble that amplifies the story's emotional resonance, emphasizing that personal growth often occurs in connection with others, even when it begins in isolation. The narrative structure of The Secret Life of Walter Mitty is deliberate and measured, alternating between fantastical sequences and grounded reality. This approach allows the audience to experience the allure of Walter's imagination while remaining invested in his tangible challenges. The pacing mirrors Walter's internal evolution. Slower, reflective sequences give way to exhilarating moments of risk-taking, creating a rhythm that feels organic and emotionally satisfying. The film's screenplay carefully balances whimsy, tension, and introspection, ensuring that the story remains compelling across its runtime. Ultimately, the film delivers a message that resonates universally. Life's most meaningful experiences often require stepping into the unknown, embracing risk, and trusting oneself. Walter Mitty's journey illustrates that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. His transformation from a timid, daydreaming photo manager to a man who actively shapes his life underscores the potential for growth that exists in every individual. The combination of visual grandeur, character depth, and thematic clarity ensures that the story lingers in the viewer's mind long after the credits roll, inspiring reflection and, perhaps, action. In summary, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, 2013, is a cinematic meditation on imagination, courage, and the transformative power of adventure. Through the lens of Walter's daydreams and real-life journeys, the film explores themes of fear, aspiration, human connection, and self-discovery. The performances, particularly by Ben Stiller and Kristen Wiig, bring depth and authenticity to the narrative, while the visual storytelling elevates the story into a memorable and immersive experience. With its combination of humor, heart, and breathtaking scenery, the film invites viewers not just to watch a story unfold, but to reconsider their own approach to life, imagination, and the pursuit of dreams. It is a reminder that the extraordinary often lies just beyond the edge of comfort, and that embracing it can lead to a life far richer than even the wildest daydream.